ruler like a Bible in hand, measured every move like it all had a plan. Straight lines, cold angles, tight frames, but life don't follow them clean, it plays games. Got praise for precision, awards for the grid, but no one saw the truth that the numbers hid. I laid down bricks with calculated pride, then cracked underweight, I ain't measure inside. Rust grew where belief once stood, on tools that told me wrong from good. Now I look down at the hands I own, built perfect cages but never a home. Rust on the ruler, trust on scale, tried to draw truth but the line would fail. Built it all square but my soul don't fit, now I'm breaking molds just to make it legit. They said, stay straight, don't bend, don't drift, but the world cracked open with every shift. So I ditched the specs and the golden ratio, started building with pain I'd never show. Blueprints lie in the quietest ways, marked my worth by measurable days. But a life ain't steel, it's blood and change, and not every art gotta feel so strange. Now I cut freehand, trust the flaws, finding beauty in the shape that draws. This ain't rebellion, it's breathing right. No ruler defines my inner fight. Rust on the ruler, trust on stale, tried to draw truth but the line would fail. Built it all square but my soul don't fit, now I'm breaking molds just to make it legit. You can't measure grit, can't sketch pain. What's real don't fit in a single frame. Now I teach with calloused hands, show young ones how to ditch old plans. Tell them if the tool don't flex, it'll break you too. Don't chase clean lines if they're killing you. I used to follow, now I reshape, found freedom in every warped landscape. And when they ask what blueprint I trust, I say the one with hands in the dust. Rust on the ruler, breaking the seal, lost old codes just to find what's real. Now I draw life with a trembling grip, 'cause imperfections where the soul can slip. Drafted my life on a table of hope, lines so straight couldn't tell they choke. Had a vision with pillars and promise, now all I got is smoke and silence. Walls that were measured now crumble at touch. I nailed down dreams, maybe nailed too much. They said plan smart, I did that twice. Still watched it fall like loaded dice. Mistook blue ink for something divine, didn't see the cracks in the frame design. I trusted rulers, levels and squares, but life don't care about precise repairs. Blueprints in ashes, dreams in dust, built it with love, watched it combust. Now I walk through suit with steady breath, redrawing my future in the shadow of death. Every room I built was a room I lost, every plan came with hidden cost. They praised my vision, cheered my grind, but no one stayed when it split in time. Tried to tape up beams with borrowed faith, hammered my heart into every shape, but blueprints burn when the storm ain't kind. Now I build slow, but this one's mine. No architect for the pain I feel, just me and these bricks that barely heal, but I stack them up with blistered palms, speak to the silence with inner psalms. Blueprints in ashes, dreams in dust, built it with love, watched it combust. Now I walk through suit with steady breath, redrawing my future in the shadow of death. Blueprints in ashes, dreams in dust, built it with love, watched it combust. Now I walk through suit with steady breath, redrawing my future in the shadow of death. They laugh at ruins like they won the fight, but I lay stone under moonless nights. Call it delusion, call it blind faith, but I see skylines in every break. This time no sketches, no drafted lies, just raw hands and sharpened eyes. No permit, no blueprint, God, just me, the ashes and the dirt I trod. And when they ask where my legacy went, I'll stand to the flame, but it never bent. Cause I ain't done, just building slow. From the burned up plans I still grow. Blueprints in ashes, lessons in smoke, dreams redesigned from the ones that broke. Now I walk forward, dust on my breath, built from the fire, reborn from death. There's pages I never let breathe on the page, plans too soft to survive the cage. Ideas folded like hidden scars, drafts I shelve behind battle bars. Told myself one day, but days turned dim. Hit the blueprints cause my hope felt thin. Fear's a louder voice than doubt will ever be. It whispers, don't build, they'll never see. So I watch years pile like paper stacks, each one a dream I ain't bring back. Lines I drew then chose to erase, afraid they'd crumble once face met face.
Drafts left unspoken, rooms never made, words I buried when I felt afraid. Silence louder than hammers fall, plans undone still haunt the wall.
Some drafts were songs I ain't write down, some were bridges I burned before town, some were love I wrapped in doubt, some were exits I never walked out. I built stories behind my teeth, locked them tight like grief beneath. Not every dream dies with fire or flood, some just fade like dried up blood. Kept my sketches in invisible ink, let them vanish every time I blinked. It's easier to hide what might go wrong than watch it fall in front of the strong.
Drafts left unspoken, rooms never made, words I buried when I felt afraid. Silence louder than hammers fall, plans undone still haunt the wall.
They never saw what I could have built, but that's the curse of the quiet ones. We build whole worlds inside and leave them there. Now I walk past blank pages with ache, knowing what I didn't make still shakes. Could have had wings, could have shaped the sky, but I left them grounded, afraid to try. Maybe some dreams weren't meant for form, just quiet storms we carry warm. But I still mourn what I never spoke, every plan I killed before it broke. So here's a verse for the sketches gone, for the versions of me that never shone. I may not build all that I feel, but in these bars, some of it's real.
Drafts left unspoken still whisper low, blueprints that no one will ever know. But even in silence, they still exist, ghosts of the builder that fear dismissed.
They were right there, always lit up. stare at towers from the window seat. Concrete giants with unreachable feet. They call my name in the glow of night, but my feet stay buried in secondhand life. Mom said dream, but dream safe, don't fall. So I clipped my wings, kept dreams small, but every skyline carved into my mind. Like a ghost city I was born behind. Watched others rise on cables and luck, while I stayed grounded in wheels that stuck. I had maps, man, blueprints and grit, but dreams without access just don't fit.
Skylines I never touched, high above the noise and dust, close enough to see, too far to feel, living with a hunger that nothing heals.
I built visions and notebooks worn, sketched floor plans in the early morn. But tuition said no, rent said stop, and hope don't grow in a half-closed shop. Watch peers post views from the 38th floor, while I mop tile at a corner store. Told myself one day, one climb, one flight, but that stairwell stayed locked every night. I ain't bitter, just bruised by reach, gripped so tight, now my fingers preach. A sermon for the almost and not quite wins, for the ones who stood out but never got in.
Skylines I never touch, high above the noise and dust, close enough to see, too far to feel, living with a hunger that nothing heals.
What they don't tell you is, sometimes dreams wave at you, but never open the door. Now I walk streets with my head still high, not for pride, just to face the sky. I write my stories in shadows and bricks, in alleyways where ambition sticks. I don't need penthouses or city lights, just peace in the grind and silent nights. But if I ever make it to floor 92, no, I never forgot that window view. So if you see a dream through a fogged up pane, don't curse the glass, just learn the pain. 'Cause some of us reach from the underground dust, for the skyline glow will never touch.
Skylines I never touch, still shimmer when life gets rough. Maybe I'll reach them in another life, but for now I just build what survives.
Was never straight, never level, but I built it. I held bed nails and trembling fists, no blueprints, just guesses and wish lists. Built my future on borrowed beams, with stories patched through shattered dreams. The floor would creak with every step, like memories I ain't buried yet. The ceiling bowed when storms would scream, still stood tall with a busted beam. They laughed at what I tried to hold, at crooked frames and edges cold. But they ain't live in houses like mine, where drywall hides what can't align. Bad nails, broken beams, still I build from broken dreams. Frame might sway, screws might rust, but I made shelter when life gave dust. Hinges squeak like truth untold, doors are jammed from growing old. But in these walls I found my grace, a lopsided home in a roofless place. I've patched the leaks with faith and tape, break the floor, give when I escape. They got condos tall, glass and chrome. I got scars in a shaky home. Bad nails, broken beams, still I built from broken dreams. Frame might sway, screws might rust, but I made shelter when life gave dust. But I did every damn day, every damn day, with bent nails and a will that held. Sometimes the wind still shakes these walls, and I brace myself when the ceiling calls. But I don't run, I reinforce, layer pain on pain, no other course. If they saw what I built through fear, they stopped pointing out the cracks so clear. Cause only the broken know this route to build when the wall just throws you out. So here's the beams that twist and grow, and every shelter made alone. I ain't asked for tools or fame, just space to build inside the flame. Bent nails, broken beams, still I built from broken dreams. It ain't pretty, but it's mine to keep, a crooked throne I earned through deep. Framed its solid corner to crown, but I feel the splinters every time I'm down. Nails in place, seams held tight, but the pain leaks through when I'm out of sight. People say, man, you built it clean, but they don't hear the ghosts in between. Each board hums with things I hide, splinters shot just beneath the pride. This ain't weakness, it's how it feels to smile while the wood inside you peels. I sand it daily, cover the crack, still bleed inside when I aim back. Splinters in the frame, quiet and deep, wounds too small for the world to keep. Looks like shelter, feels like pain, a masterpiece etched with silent strain. Held the drywall over every flaw, but some bruises break construction law. You can't patch what you won't face, and I've been hiding damage with empty grace. My hands still build, but the shake won't leave. Hammer strikes blur when I barely breathe. Sometimes I knock and the walls reply, not with creaks, but a broken sigh. They say strong frame men hold it proud, but even steel bends when silence is loud. And every joint I tightened firm still remembers how the edges burn. Splinters in the frame, quiet and deep, wounds too small for the world to keep. Looks like shelter, feel
Now I teach my soul to stand inside a home built right, but wired to hide. I let the air come through each split, let 'em feel the flaws I once hid. This frame still sways, still sings with her, but I walk these rooms with open dirt. And if they ever ask what I became, I'll say some dreams lost the unfinished, and we leave them behind.
Saw cranes spinning over cities I planned, blueprints folded in my calloused hands. Thought I'd raise towers, etch my name, but all I left was steel and shame. Too many starts with no clear end, too many beams that couldn't bend. The skyline washed as I let go, turned my back on the growth too slow. I used to crave that skyline view, now I measure progress in what I flew through. Rear view mirror full of half-built heights, projects ghosted in city lights. Cranes in the rear view, swinging slow, monuments to what I'll never know. Left my hopes in scaffolded sky, now I drive past dreams with tired eyes. Now I drive past this tide. Sketch foundations and hearts in dust. The time don't honor the ones you trust. Some cities loved me, some just used. Some called me builder, some left me bruised. Packed my tools with silent breath, left my shadows at every depth. No ribbon cuttings, no cement fame, just whispered floors and rusted frame. They ask why I never stayed to see the ribbon cut, the final key. Truth is, I never built to stay, I just needed a place to walk away. Cranes in the rear view, swinging slow, monuments to what I'll never know. Left my hopes in scaffolded skies, now I drive past dreams with tired eyes. Not every white tries meant within to rise, not every beam's meant to rise, not every trial is meant to sky, not every plan earns the sky. Sometimes we just try. Now the road's my only frame, every town a chapter without name. Cranes disappear in the fog behind, but their silence still sketches my mind. I don't regret what I didn't finish, some structures live just to diminish. But if you ask what I leave behind, just half-built hope and a scattered spine. And maybe some relive you feel it so, to find my footprints in quiet hills and know that not all dreams stand tall. Yeah, some swing in wind and never fall. It looked perfect till the red ink bled through everything. Laid the floor plan out with pride, every angle sharp, nothing to hide. Dreams in pencil, hope in steel. Told myself this time was real, but time traced flaws I couldn't see. Mistakes marked loud in front of me. Every error circled like a wound, and silence filled that cold blueprint room. I tried to correct with lines so thin, but red ink leaks where pain begins. You can't erase what truth reveals, or mask regret with hardwood feels. Red ink on the floor, plan leaves. Every mark, a place my vision misleads. Tried to build love, strength, and peace, but now I'm staring at what won't cease. See that room supposed to hold trust, now it echoes with broken dust. That hallway was meant for growth, now it just stretches with solid moves. I signed my name in the bottom right, but now it glares in crimson light. All the promises etched in chalk faded fast like sidewalk talk. This wasn't just walls and beams, it was shelter born from silent screams. But the plan I drew betrayed my hand, and now I question what I planned. Yeah, on the floor, plan please. Every mark, a place my vision misleads. Tried to build love, strength, and peace, but now I'm staring at what won't see. You can fix a wall, replace a frame, but some damage lives in your name. Now I walk through blueprint stained with echoes of what I can't explain. Some rooms I sealed, some doors I locked, some walls I built to just block. And when they ask me what I made, I'll show them floors where dreams decay, but I'll also show them the blood I gave in lines that cracked but still behaved. Not every plan survives the pen, some end where they should begin, but I drew this life with a trembling hand and bled truth on my floor plan. This house of pain, built from love, outlined and strained.
It wasn't the first strike, it was the one that slipped.
Nails lined, I was in control. Blueprints stacked, heart full, soul whole. Every hit was rhythm, built on trust, till one wrong move turned steel to dust. I gripped too tight, swung off beat, caught the edge, sent sparks to street. Wood cracked loud like thunder inside. That one misstep made the frame divide. Could've sworn I had the aim to feel, but even gods of steel can lose what's real. And in that slip I saw my name, etched in regret, drowned in blame. When the hammer slipped, it all fell wrong. Every bolt undone, each beam gone. One mistake and the ground gave way. Now I live with the echo of that day. I replay it nightly, frame by frame. That blink too quick, that trembling aim. It ain't the fall that scars you deep, It's knowing you caused what couldn't keep. I heard the snap, saw the crack grow fast, felt the silence stretch too wide to grasp. They say we fall or rise again, but what if you drop the weight you built your name in? Try patching it with time and grind, but some mistakes don't fade, they blind. I'll build again, but not the same. Each swing now shakes beneath the shame. When the hammer slipped, it all fell wrong. Every bolt undone, each beam gone. One mistake and the ground gave way. Now I live with the echo of that day. It wasn't the weed, it wasn't the tool, it was me in 1 second cruel. Now I walk with caution in every step, measure twice, speak less, hold what's left. They see me build and think I'm fine, but each nail's a memory buried in time. And when I teach the young to swing, I tell them trust but don't lose feeling. Cause it ain't the fall that shatters the beam, it's the hand that slipped and killed the dream. So I hammer slow, let the ghost sit near, let them watch me rebuild through fear. One swing changed the shape of it all, but I still build even after the fall. When the hammer slips, the sky turned gray. Built from pieces I threw away. Now I shape scars into something strong. Still hear that echo, but I press on. No name on the deed, no past to claim, but I built just the same. They said, who are you? I had no reply, just calloused hands and a stare to the sky. No bloodline map, no fame in reach, just cracked boots and lessons streets teach. I laid my first stone in borrowed land, no title, no stamp, just trembling hands. No one taught me the builder's code, so I carved my truth in survival mode. This ain't legacy, it's bare bone rise, brick by brick under unknown skies. No plaque to show, no family crest, just brave and dust and pain and chest. Foundation without a name, still I built it just the same. No roots, no flag, no fame, but I stood when they forgot my name. They had ladders passed down, smooth floors laid. I had holes in dirt and dreams that frayed, but I stacked each doubt like concrete mass. Turned every whisper into tempered glass. No birthright glow, no mentor's guide, just closed doors and nights I cried. But I rose in silence, crafted slow, taught by failure, shaped by low. They want blueprints passed like gold. I wrote mine raw, cracked and bold, and know my name ain't carved in stone. The structure stands, I built alone. Foundation without a name, still I built it just the same. No roots, no flag, no fame, but I stood when they forgot my name. No ID, no headstone, just heart and stone. Some build legacy, some build tall. I build just to not let it fall. And now when they ask what name to write, I say none, just feel the fight. I laid each slab with a nameless grip, built from echoes they tried to skip. And maybe when I'm gone they'll see the weight of what was built by me. Not by title, nor by chain, but by soul, sweat and silence train. Call it what you want, I feel no shame. I rose from a foundation without a name.
without a name. Still I built it just the same. Might fade without a claim, but the walls I raised, they still remain.